Greetings and welcome, I'm Ken O'Connor, aka Con King01, and it's time for another One Piece live manga reaction, reading, whatever you want to call this. It's fun for me, hopefully it's fun for you. If not, oh well, it's for me, and if you like it, then that's just a big old bonus. Today we're reading chapter 1040, 1040, and I can already see on the Shonen Jump app we have a break coming up, because the new chapter is coming in 14 days. So hopefully this is a absolutely banger chapter that we can enjoy and talk about for 2 weeks to come, because it's going to be a long time. Today is the Superb Owl Day. It is the day of the Superb Owl, so I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can. And I say that every week, and it ends up being 20 to 30 minutes still, so let's just get into this, alright? One Piece Chapter 1040, Wasted Words on Young Ears by Ichiro Oda, translation by Stephen Paul, aka Translatosaurus, on Twitter. Go follow him. He's a great guy. And we start off with a cover page here. Germer 66's An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 4, A Creature Beyond the Power of Science. And we have Yonji and Niji still nailed to the book. Niji has his hands on his hips, and Yonji's like arms crossed. They look very just like, God damn it. And it's showing a flashback above their heads of when Big Mom took them out. She looks like she grabbed Niji by the throat, and she just punched Yonji's lights out. So they were easily defeated and captured, while I guess the other Germans managed to escape. That's unfortunate. Let's move on. Alright, we are picking up it right where we left off last week, with a kid firing his gun at Big Mom. It looks like he's firing it's showing a small map of Onigashima up in the sky, and showing the new hole that Law made from Onigashima into Wano at the bottom. And it looks like Kid is firing the laser at Big Mom to push her down the hole. Like, it's just a constant barrage. And you see Big Mom going, ha! And Kid's determined, and he's firing at full force, still hovering above Big Mom, just firing this laser down. And she's like, hey, you brats! And then all the guys on the side are like, what? She's not getting blasted down the hole. After all, she still won't go down? And you see Big Mom digging her hands into, like, the ground. And the crews on the side watching the battle. No way! She's withstanding it! Those two can't keep going! And so Big Mom is shouting out and declaring, make your choice. You can select the fate you'll suffer the moment I deflect this thing back at you. You can give me 50 years of your lifespan, or you can keep it and serve me. Life or slavery. So Big Mom has this horrible look in her eye. Her eyes are completely whited out, and you see like the soul energy like flowing from her eyes. And everyone around her, the Beast Pirates, the Heart Pirates, all of them are like, it's the Soul Pocus! So Big Mom's gonna just rip out all of the souls around her. And the kid's crew is yelling at him, you should get away from her, boss! And all the Beast Pirates are running. You can see all the soul just getting like, because if you're scared, that's the thing. If you're afraid of Big Mom, then your soul becomes exposed and she can just take it. So all the soul just flying out of the guys around, all the Beast Pirates running away. And they're like, she's taking our lifespan away too! And you just see Big Mom is on the ground. She's pinned on the ground on her back with the laser from Kid's cannon just still pushing her onto the ground. I think she's above the hole, but I think she's holding on so she's not going down the hole, which is wild to me. Can we just talk about the fact this fight is still going on? I assumed that it wrapped up 2 weeks ago, and then I assumed it wrapped up last week, and now we're still going. It better end. No creature on the brink of death. I think that's Big Mom. No, it's not Big Mom talking. One of the people running away is saying, no creature on the brink of death is this powerful. She's terrifying. And there's like all this energy and soul and all this. Big Mom looks like it's like a porcupine of electricity and soul power. Like there's black lightning, there's white lightning. The ground is cracking. Souls are flying into her. It's like a last like ditch, like almost like a kamikaze move from her, I think. And Law's crew's, Captain, get out of here, go! Law is just walking up casually to Big Mom, and his crew is like, huh? And Law says, follow your own advice. And Big Mom does a glance and turns her head as Kid slowly walks up to her. Law slowly walks up to her. It's showing Kid in the panel, but I don't know if this is Kid talking, but it says, why should we be afraid of the weak words of some old hag who's outlived her welcome? And then we cut over to a panel of Law. So I think Law is saying all of this, but Law uses a new attack called Re-Room. He says, I can only imagine how hideous your death scream will be. That's a fucking badass line. But it looks like he's doing another... It looks like Kroom, but like it's not Kroom, apparently. It's Re-Room. I don't know what that is. And then it goes back to a shot of Big Mom still pinned on the ground, still lightning and soul and all this stuff cracking off of her, as Law is just standing in front of her, and Kid's still above her, pinning her down with the laser. The people on the side are saying neither of them is losing even a second of his lifespan, because Kid and Law are not afraid of Mama at all, so they're not losing any soul. Oh, and the crew's gone to explain. Do they not have a single ounce of fear for the Emperor of the Sea? And then from behind Law, Misery, the big homey soul attack that Mama made last chapter. I'll save you, Mama! Oh. So as Misery is coming up behind Law, Law says, this is what my savior would have done. And he pops the Re-Room towards Mama. And we cut to Kid. Don't you know when to give up the ghost? What is that expression? They used this last week too. Don't you know when to give up the ghost? Sorry, I'm completely derailing this reading. What does it mean? Give up the ghost meaning. Give up the ghost means to die, for a machine to stop working. Why do we say give up the ghost? Give up the ghost is an idiom that may be traced back to the 1600s. To give up the ghost means to expire or die, or in the case of a mechanical object, to stop working. The phrase give up the ghost may be traced back to the King James Bible, printed in the early 1600s. Okay, so they're just telling each other, please go die. Let me give you a hand and send you on your way to hell. Oh, so Law has put a bubble around Big Mom. Like, it's a perfect circular room around Big Mom. And he's saying, silence. And all around you see, shh, like a quiet, like, sound. And then one of the crew members are like, huh? All the sound vanished. And then we cut to, we cut to a panel of Law, and next to him is Corazon. And he says, this technique extinguishes all sound created by your influence. And then from inside the silent bubble, Big Mom's like, what? I can't speak? No sound. Like, she's saying it, but no sound is coming out of the bubble. And Misery behind Law has, like, stopped in place. And she's like, Mama! And Law's like, I can't hear you. And Law's crew is like, behind you, Captain! We cut to Kid, follow up. And then, Okay, so last week I wasn't sure if Damned Punk was Big Mom yelling at Kid or Kid yelling at Big Mom, but it seems to be Kid yelling at Big Mom. That's, I guess, the name of the laser attack is Damned Punk. So Kid uses Damned Punk again. The laser shoots down through Law's silent room and is pushing Big Mom further and further down the hole. And Law just turns around and slices Misery in half. It's this amazing panel where you can see the two halves of Misery on either side, and he just sliced right through them while Kid's doing the final, I think it has to be the final push against Big Mom. Oh, God. That is a cool, just the sliced in half Misery. Like, you can see, like, her smile, like, I wish I could show panels on here. And then you hear a yeah, and people shouting, Mama! And Big Mom completely eyes whited out, tongue hanging out of her mouth, still in the silent bubble, so no one can hear her at all. No one can hear her screams, but she's getting pushed down the hole by the laser. And Big Mom shouts out, "Prometheus! Hera! What are you doing? Save me!" It's not working. Okay, so Big Mom's going down the hole more and more and more. She is now in the armory. Yamato's there, looks up and goes, "What? Big Mom, why isn't she making any noise?" Because no one can see the room. She's just screaming at the top of her lungs, but there's no sound. That's going to be if they do that right in the anime, that's going to be a hilarious image. And Big Mom, she regains consciousness for a split second, and she turns and says, "Nothing I touch makes any sound." So, wait, nothing I touch makes any sound? Oh, so shit. Okay, so she's saying nothing I touch makes any sound, and she's reaching out, and she grabs one of the frozen bombs that are down in the armory, and she cracks it open. It's like she took a can and went to it, and she cracks open the bomb. Yamato has the exclamation points, freaking out. There's a huge explosion, and Yamato is saying, no, it's going to set off the others. Meanwhile, Kazumbo, who's still hanging from the ceiling, is getting obliterated by the bomb, starting to break apart, and it's oh, Lord Orochi. As he's shriveling and dissipating and being, I'm assuming, defeated. If the bombs defeat Kazumbo, that's a quick solution to the problem there. So then we cut to a panel of Onigashima, up in the air, the full island. We see Momo still dragging by the flame clouds, and the entire bottom of the island, where the basement and the armory is exploding, completely cracked. Giant chunks of the island flying off. Momo goes, "What?" And then who's talking here? Oh, it's Mama. So again, no one can hear Mama talking. I can't tell if this is her speaking out loud or just her thinking, but no one can hear this anyway. And she's like, damn it. Of all the luck. She's coughing. She's completely gone now. Her eyes are whited out. The smoke is coming out of her mouth. She's falling off the island. So she's still in the silent room, and she's falling through not just the hole now that was in the island, but the entire bottom of the island is cracked open now. So Mama's falling through, and as she's falling into the giant crater in Wano, she's either saying or thinking. I can't tell if she's talking or she's thinking this to herself, but it doesn't matter because no one can hear her. She's saying, "Hey, Roger, why'd you have to go and say that? You got the whole world in on this great era of piracy. Easy for you, you're dying. But when those kids rise up all over the world, we'll be the ones who have to deal with them." So as she's talking or thinking, we're getting all these different cuts of different things happening in Onigashima. We see Chopper and the samurai getting tossed around. I guess the explosion rocked the entire island, because we see Chopper and the samurai getting flailed around. We see Brooke and Robin running through a flaming area. They're getting knocked around a little bit. We got Zoro just laying on the ground outside. It looks like he's dead, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think the ground beneath Zoro is cracking, and he's falling too now. It's really not clear, because it looks like I can see the three swords hanging off. It's a little dude there. I'm assuming the ground beneath him is breaking, but I can't be 100% certain there. So Big Mom continues, "Just tell us about the One Piece before you die. Does it exist? It better." And then we are shown a scene of Komurasaki or Hiyori still playing the shamisen, despite all of the chaos and the shaking and the rumbling, and Orochi has fallen over, going, "Eek! Whoa!" I don't have an Orochi voice. I just realized. I think the One Piece podcast has like Wallace Shawn, like, eek, wow, inconceivable. I don't know. Legit, more panel of destruction. Okay. So it looks like a very tiny panel of the Raizo and Fukurokuju fight, and Fukurokuju goes, gah, and falls backwards. They're both completely engulfed in flames now, and Fukurokuju's rolling on the ground. Water! Water! And Raizo, still standing, has not moved. His fucking big grin on his face. Unflinching. What a badass. If we get 2 fights over in 1 chapter, that'd be great. All right, back to Big Mom and her monologue as she continues. She's now halfway. She's like, here's Onigashima, here's Big Mom, and the crater for Wano's down here. And she's like, what is it? Where is it? Some of it's in this country too, isn't it? Wait, what? Some of it's in this country too, isn't it? Ugh! I'm so close! Kid! Law, they'll pay for this. Don't you dare assume that this'll kill me! And so she's like kind of like turning in the air, and she's looking down at the crater, and she's falling into the giant crater. Oh, frick. So it looks like a bunch of like the bombs and stuff from Onigashima are falling down with her. Like I see like a missile falling. It looks like a missile. It looks like a big old bomb with her too. And crates of gunpowder and ammunition. All this stuff is falling out of the armory with Big Mom. And she lands in the giant crater that Law created last chapter. And it's this mushroom cloud. It looks like a nuclear explosion blast on Wano. But there's a giant bubble around the entire explosion. So not a single sound can be heard of this giant explosion. And in the Oda boxes, it says, Emperor of the Sea, Big Mom versus the New Generation. Battle of the performance floor under the dome. Winner, Eustace Captain Kidd and Surgeon of Death Trafalgar Law. And you see this giant explosion. The explosion is going higher than the flower cap. You see the flower capital in the foreground. The explosion is in the background. The explosion is towering over the flower capital. And no one can hear it. And in the flower capital, you just hear stomp, stomp, stomp. Yeah-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha. They're all having a gay old time, not having no idea what just happened. And then we cut to Kid and Law, both Kid's passed out on the ground. Law is slumped over using his sword to like prop himself up. And then huge celebration. They beat Big Mom! This is huge news! This is monumental! And all of Kid's crew and Law's crew are running to give their captains a big old hug. Bosses! Captain! Oh, not bosses, just boss. He's extending the S. It's boss! Captain! Oh, they're all so excited. All right. We cut back now to Oni. So we see Onigashima in the air still. The entire bottom of Onigashima is gone now. It just obliterated. And then it looks like, Momo's talking to Yamato. Is that you, Yamato? Momonosuke. And then Momo's like, are you underground? But you're open to the air. And Yamato says, that's right. A single bomb blew the bottom of the island. I managed to encase them in ice, so we avoided the armory exploding all at once, thankfully. Okay, so the entire armory didn't explode. It looked to me like the entire basin blew up. But it looks like it was that one bomb, and then everything that fell through the hole with that one bomb caused the giant explosion. That's good. I mean, I feel like it would have been easier if they just dropped all the bombs down on Big Mom, and then, Onigashima not a ticking... Because the bombs are still a ticking time bomb. If Onigashima drops, the bombs will still go off now. So I feel like they didn't really accomplish what they wanted to do there. I managed to encase them in ice, so we avoided the armory exploding all at once, thankfully. And then Momo is... So Yamato's like looking at the giant hole in the side of Onigashima, and Momo's like right there. She can see him in full form, which is cool. And Momo's like, I'm glad you're still well. I cannot leave my current task, however. So hear me out to what I have to say. Zunaisha is very close by. Okay, so we were right last week when Zunaisha was talking to Momo. And Yamato's like, what? The elephant from Odin's journal? And Momo says, indeed, a companion of joy. Indeed, a companion of Joy Boy who committed a crime 800 years ago. Bang, to be continued. A companion of Joy Boy from 800 years ago who committed a crime. Okay, we're going right into just talking about this. We knew Zunaisha had committed a crime and was forced to walk for all eternity or something like that, or was forced to walk forever. And that's why Zunaisha couldn't attack Jack's ships unless given a direct order from Momo for some reason. They never really went into detail why, but Zunaisha had to be ordered to attack Jack's ships. Zunaisha couldn't act on their own accord. A companion of Joy Boy. If Zunaisha is like one of Joy Boy's crew members who, as punishment, was turned into an elephant to walk for 800 years. It doesn't say crew, but it says, indeed, a companion of Joy Boy who committed a crime 800 years ago. If we get a fucking flashback to 800 years ago now, like, I don't get... It's an awesome lore. What is the significance of Joy Boy and Zunaisha knowing each other? Or Zunaisha being a companion of Joy Boy? And now we gotta wait 2 weeks. Of fucking course. Okay, so my current idea is that it was one of Joy Boy's crew that did something bad, and then as punishment got turned into a giant elephant. But it can't be a devil fruit because we have Funk Freed. Unless this is like a elephant type long leg elephant or something. Okay, phenomenal chapter. The Big Mom fight. Now that we have Oda boxes that declare Law and Kid the winner, it's got to be over. It's got to be over. Fukurokuju and Raizo look like they're finally done, which is great. Law bisecting Misery and also using a new power inspired by Corazon. I love it. Law, I'm not the biggest Law fan, but when he does shit like this, it just breaks my heart, and I love it. In a good way. It not ruins me, but it makes me very happy. Wow. Okay, there's not much. It was a great action. It was a great action chapter. It's the final hit on Big Mom. And now you can argue who did the final blast. It looks like it was Kid again who did the final blast on Big Mom, but it really is a team effort. I think Oda did a good job of making it as even as possible. Kazumbo is just gone now. I was expecting some huge Kazumbo, Kanjuro fight with Yamato, but nope. The bombs blew it away. And I'm looking back now on that panel. Yamato it looks like a giant ice wall in front of the other, like it's a big circuit. I thought like the floor was just flipping up and Yamato was like bracing against it. There's like ice clouds coming off of it. It looks like Yamato made an ice wall to block the other bombs from going off, which is very cool. The only other thing that really just caught me off, this line by Big Mom. What is it? Where is it? Some of it's in this country too, isn't it? Ugh, I'm so close. And she's talking about the One Piece. Because she says, just tell us about the One Piece before you die. Does it exist? It better. What is it? Where is it? Some of it's in this country too, isn't it? Ugh, I'm so close. What the fuck does that mean? Some of the One Piece is in Wano? I have no idea what that can mean. Because so does that mean the One Piece is like it's multiple things and not a singular thing? Because for the longest time, like the One Piece is like the one thing. Like But if some of it is in this country too, isn't it? Ugh, I'm so close. Is the One Piece like the hidden history of the world, and some of that history is in Wano? No idea. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I have no idea what that could mean. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This has been One Piece chapter 1040. Did I read the chapter title? I think I did, right? No, I did not. Chapter 1040, Wasted Words on Young Ears. And yeah, all these words are not reaching kid or law at all, so this is Big Mom's monologuing to herself. It makes sense. Phenomenal chapter. But now we gotta wait 2 weeks. But we're getting close to the end, though. The fact that the Big Mom fight is now done. We finished the Big Mom versus Kid and Law fight. We finished the Yamato versus Kazumbo fight. And Fukurokuju versus Rice are just wrapped up. 3 fights just wrapped up. And we get dropped with that Zunisha knows Joy Boy or is related to Joy Boy, is a companion to Joy Boy. Something with Joy Boy and Zunisha. If they're priming us for a flashback 800 years in the past... No, I doubt it. There's no way. There's no way they would show us that. That's revealing too much, I think, at this point. But phenomenal chapter. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Ken O'Connor, aka King1. Please follow me on Twitter, Twitch, all the links. I'll have them listed down here. Same thing I do every week. And yeah, until next time, guys. See ya.